Fresh news about the Amazing Digital Circus. Now we know quite a few interesting details about the fourth episode of the Amazing Digital Circus. In this video, I want to tell you about what will happen to all the main characters in the fourth episode. I learned that a snippet of Gangle's new mask was shown back in the pilot. Jax and Gangle will switch roles in the new adventure. I'll also reveal why Kinger won't be taking part in the new adventure at Spudsy's restaurant. How Kane's relationship to the rest of the characters has changed. You'll learn all about the likely release date and events of Episode 4. I want to start by looking at the likely release date for the fourth episode. All of you have definitely heard about the fact that on Netflix, the date of December 13th appeared briefly as the release date for the fourth episode. In the community, people still cannot come to a consensus on whether to trust this date. It is known that Glitch releases new episodes of its shows on Friday nights because it is the most convenient time to watch for most viewers. December 13th is a Friday. Those who think the date is false say that the difference between the new episodes turns out to be too small. Between the release of the pilot and the second episode was a whole 6 months. And between the second and third episode, there is a difference of 5 months. At first glance, it seems unrealistic to wait for a new episode after only 2.5 months. But that's not how I see it. At this point, Glitch is no longer working on murder drones, so the animators' efforts can focus entirely on the Amazing Digital Circus. Glitch are getting significantly more funding to produce the show than they used to. This includes thanks to a contract with Netflix. These factors are greatly speeding up the development process for the new episode. Also, Gooseworks wrote on Tumblr back in August that at that time, animation for Episode 4 was already in progress. Given these facts, I believe the December 13th date is most likely real or close to real. A week before each episode of the Amazing Digital Circus was released, a trailer for the new episode appeared on the Glitch channel with the exact release date. This means that on December 6th, we will definitely know the truth about the release date of the new episode. Now let's move on to the plot of the fourth episode. Recently, we suddenly learned quite a few interesting details about what will happen in the fourth episode. I'm talking about that screenshot where we were shown all the main characters at work in Spudsy's restaurant. The most interesting detail on the screenshot is that we saw Gangle with a new mask. This mask has two symbols on Gangle's face: a black spiral and a yellow star. In doing so, one of Gangle's eyes turned white and got a black pupil, while the other eye remained black and got a white pupil. I found one amazing fact about Gangle's pupils that will definitely surprise you. No one noticed that Gangle's pupils could be seen back in the pilot. In the moment where an abstracted Kaufmo beat up Queen Gloink, Jax finally told Gangle about Kaufmo being abstracted. This fact came as a big shock to Gangle. Most likely, Gangle and Kaufmo were good friends. At Kaufmo's wake at the end of the second episode, Gangle was saying something with her drawing in her hand of her laughing at Kaufmo's joke. When Gangle realized with surprise that she was seeing Kaufmo in front of her, white pupils appeared in her eyes for a second. If we look at the screenshot from Spudsy's restaurant, we can realize that Gangle is looking towards the viewer with surprise. I think that the presence of pupils in Gangle's eyes is related to the emotion of surprise, as well as irritation and determination. In the new mask, Gangle's pupils will be visible all the time. On Tumblr, one user asked Gooseworks if Gangle would be able to have a mask of joy for longer than the first 5 minutes. Gooseworks replied that there will be a whole episode about this question. It seems to me that Gangle's new mask will be made sturdier than the regular joy mask so that it can't be easily broken. That way, Gangle will be able to be in the new mask from the beginning of the episode to the very end. The previous two masks gave Gangle joy and sadness respectively. That said, Gangle has always lacked determination and self-confidence. Gangle's new mask will allow her to become calmer, more confident, and get rid of her emotional swings. With her new qualities, Gangle will be able to successfully become a manager at Spudsy's restaurant. I think Orbsman will be choosing which of the main characters to appoint as manager. With her new mask, Gangle will be able to show how proactive and creative she can be. That way, she can become the manager. Naturally, Jax will want to make fun of Gangle again in the new episode, but this time, Gangle will be confident enough to fight back against Jax. The new mask will be strong and Jax won't be able to break it. Before I continue with my theory, I want to recall one of Gooseworks' Tumblr posts. When she was asked to describe each of the upcoming episodes in one word, Episode 4 was described with the word "O." My theory is that this word refers to Jax and Gangle's relationship. In the new episode, Gangle will use his new powers and position as manager to switch roles with Jax. Gangle will now make Jax uncomfortable and make fun of him. That's why in the screenshot from Spudsy's restaurant and in the new episode's trailer, Jax always looks sad in the snippets that refer to episode 4. In turn, Jax will have to realize what Gangle and the rest of the girls have been like all this time. I believe that we will see more changes in Jax's character in the new episodes. Now, I would like to tell you about Zooble, Kinger, and Kane in episode 4. Gooseworks said in her Tumblr that we will be seeing Zooble a lot in the new episodes starting in episode 3. Now, Kane won't be letting Zooble miss out on adventures, but I'm sure the therapy session with Zooble had a big impact on Kane. Kane now realizes that his adventures may not actually appeal to the players. In episode 4, Kane will try to rectify the situation and help all the main characters enjoy the adventure. Zooble's design in the 4th episode hasn't undergone any major changes. We can notice a wing behind Zooble's shoulder, as well as a kitchen spatula instead of one of her hands. My theory from now on is that Kane will help Zooble before each adventure to choose the body parts that will be useful to her and can help her through. Perhaps Kane will specifically create useful parts for Zooble. I think it will be Kane who creates the new mask for Gangle to enhance Gangle's experience at the digital circus. What's interesting is that we don't see Kinger with the others at work at Spudsy's. My guess is that Kinger won't be going on a new adventure in episode 4. Instead, Kane will leave him behind for a new therapy session. Kane realizes that Kinger has been in an unstable state for quite some time now, and it's greatly hindered him, as well as the other characters. Therefore, at the request of the other characters, Kane will try to help Kinger stop losing his memory and is always in a calm and balanced state. If anyone is capable of handling such a difficult task, it's Kane. I noticed one interesting detail. Starting with the 2nd episode, Pomni always teams up in a new adventure with the character to whom the episode is dedicated. The 2nd episode was dedicated to Gumigo, and Pomni teamed up with him to escape the room off the map. The 3rd episode was dedicated to Kinger and Zooble. Pomni teamed up with Kinger to escape the trap of Baron Mildenhall. If episode 4 is about Gangle, then Pomni will have to team up with her. On Tumblr, a user asked Gooseworks which of the characters stuck in the circus cooks the worst. Gooseworks replied that it was Pomni. I think Gangle as manager will try to send Pomni to the kitchen first, but Pomni will do terribly. From the screenshot, it looks like Zooble will take over the role of the chef. Gooseworks said that Zooble would be the best bartender among the characters. Instead, Pomni could be the cashier and help Gangle with keeping the accounts. After all, Gooseworks said in Tumblr that Pomni is really good at accounting. Ragatha will get less attention than all the other characters in episode 4. I think Ragatha will just be a good and diligent worker in the new adventure. Things will get better at Spudsy's thanks to her. We'll also probably see further development of Pomni and Ragatha's friendship. Gooseworks made it clear in Tumblr that Ragatha will be Pomni's best friend at the circus. What do you think about it? What will become of Gangle thanks to the new mask? Will Zooble's attitude towards adventure change? Write your thoughts and theories in the comments, and I'll be sure to read them. The best comments will make it into the new videos. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Good luck everyone, and bye-bye.